All right, so section 6.3 is multiplying polynomials. So instead of having just one piece that you're distributing to everything in parentheses, you're going to have multiple pieces distributed to everything. So essentially what we're trying to do is multiply 2n to everything inside and the positive 2 to everything inside. But that can get kind of confusing if we write it that way. So one thing that might help, if we take that 2n and distribute it to 6n plus 1, that looks like what we did yesterday. And if we take that positive 2 and distribute it to 6n plus 1. Now when we do that, it looks a little bit nicer. There's not arrows everywhere. So like we did yesterday, 2n times 6n, 12n to the second, 2n times 1 is a positive 2n, and then positive 2 times 6n is a positive 12n, and positive 2 times positive 1 is a positive 2. So one thing that might help a little bit is if I color code. Now, we have one more step though. These two have the exact same variable, so we can combine those pieces together. So we still have the 12n to the second, but now we have a positive 14n and a positive 2. Remember, when we're adding monomials together, we don't change the exponents, we only change the exponents when we're multiplying. Kind of makes sense? Okay. So we're going to do the same thing for number 2. We're taking the first part and distributing it to everything in the second. And then that other first part and distributing it to everything in the second. So 4x times 2x, 8x to the second. 4x times 6, positive 24x. One times 2x is a 2x. And 1 times 6 is a positive 6. And our last step is to add those like terms. So we still have 8x to the second plus 26x plus 6. Still okay? Number 3, there's just a slight change. We're doing the exact same thing that we did before. So we're going to take that x and multiply it by everything in that second set of parentheses. But here, we have to make sure we take that minus 3 and multiply it by everything in that second set of parentheses. X times 6x is 6x to the second. X times negative 2 is a negative 2x. Negative 3 times 6x is a negative 18x. And negative 3 times negative 2 makes a positive 6. Both of these terms have just an x. So we're going to copy down that 6x squared. A negative 2x and a negative 18x makes a negative 20x. And then we have that plus 6. So essentially what we're doing, we're multiplying each term from your first set of parentheses by each term in the second set of parentheses. You don't have to write that down if it's making sense, but just in case you needed that. I'm just going to scroll down so I can see. Go ahead and try number 4. Any questions on number 4? Doing okay? So number 5, you'll notice that there are 3 pieces in that first set. It just means we have to distribute 3 different times. It's the same process as before though. So we have n to the second times 2n minus 4 plus 6n times 2n minus 4 minus 4 times 2n minus 4. So n squared times 2n is 2n to the third. N squared times a negative 4 is a negative 4n squared. 6n times 2n is a positive 12n to the second. And I'm going to go ahead and highlight as I go. You can see that these 2 pieces both have an n to the second. And then 6n times negative 4 is a negative 24n. And then negative 4 times 2n is a negative 8n. Which these 2 pieces have the same letters. And negative 4 times negative 4 is a positive 16. So when we drop this down, 2n to the third stays there. But now we're combining a negative 4n to the second and a positive 12n to the second, which makes a positive 8n to the second. And then a negative 24 and a negative 8 make a negative 32. And then those had n's. And then we have plus 16. Are you understanding each of the individual steps of how to distribute? And then your last step is to combine those like terms that have the same exponents. So again, only change the exponents when multiplying. And that's it.